Calvin Castine here at Olympic Stadium. I have Caleb Castine on the camera and Judy Castine here helping out. We're here on this 10th day of May 2002. The San Francisco Giants are taking their batting practice. Once again, looks like a relatively small turnout. The Expos are doing several things this year to try to encourage the crowd to come. One of the things they've done in the past and seems to have been a crowd pleaser. They've done it whenever they were home on the 5th day of May. This time it's going to be on the 11th day of May. That's Saturday, May 11th, day after we're taping this. It's $5 hot dog, $5 tickets, special $5 tickets, and $1 hot dogs. And I'm not sure if there's another one of those. Let me check this schedule here. I think that's the only one of the year. So if you missed May 11th, then you missed $5 night here at Olympic Stadium. They could decide in the future to have another one, but at this point, that's the only one scheduled. But coming up shortly on May 26th, it's their first turn back the clock day. That's a Sunday, Memorial Day weekend for those of us in the States. Turn back the clock day, May 26th. On a Sunday, they hope to have several former players here, a lot of former players. Several of them have agreed to show up and watch. The paper should have more information on that as we get even closer to the 26th. The Expos will be playing the Philadelphia Phillies during that series. This is the first of a 3-game set. They've just finished a 3-game set with Colorado, barely pulling one out last night in extra innings, avoiding the sweep and stopping their 5 or 6 game losing streak. The Expos are still battling for first place despite that losing streak because the other teams involved in the race are also in a bit of a skid. The next homestand starts on the 21st of May when Atlanta comes in for 2 games. Then it's that 3-game set for Philadelphia. Then they're out of town and they come back briefly for Pittsburgh. Then Toronto comes in on June 14th, 15th, and 16th, Father's Day weekend. Throughout the season, the Expos have several different ways to promote people coming. On Mondays, it's group night, a 50% reduction in tickets for groups of 25 or more. On Tuesdays, it's Senior Citizens Night. On box seats, terrace, and general admission tickets, 50% off for senior citizens. Apparently Wednesday they don't need to promote anything to get a crowd because there's no promotions on normal Wednesdays. Thursdays are ladies' nights, and it's 50% discount on tickets for the ladies on all box seats, terrace, and general admission tickets. That's every Thursday when the Expos are home. On Fridays, it's student nights, $6 only for all students for general admission tickets. That does not include the box seats or the terrace, but for general admission tickets, $6 only on Friday nights for students. On Saturdays and weekends, Saturdays and Sundays is family days. And let's see, it's per child under 12, accompanied by an adult. And the terrace or general admission, tickets are only $1. So if you want to bring your youngster up here on Saturday or Sunday, tickets are only $1 for the general admission and the terrace seats. But each child under 12, it has to be child under 12, 12 and over doesn't count. Each child under 12 accompanied by an adult. So I assume that means that one adult can't come here with 5 kids. It has to be 1 adult for each of those children. Starting on May 26th, as we said, is Turn Back the Clock Day. But on June 14th, the Friday, they'll be giving out 10,000 Hit the Books bookmarks, which may not be big on your want list. But 2 days after that, on June 16th, they'll have the first of their bobblehead doll days. And on June 16th, Father's Day to us in the States, and probably Father's Day up here in Canada. It's Rusty Staub Bobblehead Figurine Day. So the first 5,000 people through the gate receive a Rusty Staub bobblehead doll. And it's my understanding that that's all they're making is just these 5,000. So you can't come here later and buy one. If you want a bobblehead doll, you have to be one of the first 5,000 people through the gates on June 16th if you want a Rusty Staub doll. Steve Rogers bobblehead doll day is a week later on Sunday, June 23rd. Then on Sunday, July 14th, it's Tim Raines bobblehead doll day. 2 weeks after that, on July 28th, Andre Dawson, the Hawk, is featured on bobblehead doll. All these are Sundays. Sunday, August 4th, a week after the 28th, I'd assume, it's Gary Carter bobblehead doll day. And then on the 18th, they get away from the former Expos and they get into a current Expo with Vladimir Guerrero. So August 18th will be Vladimir Guerrero bobblehead doll day. And again, all these are 5,000 figurines only. It's all they're making. So if you want to get one, you got to be here among the first 5,000 people that go through the gates. Their second Turn Back the Clock day will be Sunday, September 15th. And on Saturday, the 28th of September, they're going to have an old timers game. And I'd be very surprised if they've had many old timers games over the years. So this could be the first one ever. I'm not sure if it's the first or if they've had some in the past, but it's the first one that I'm aware of. And that's looking ahead to September 28th. And then the following day, September 29th, which is probably, that's their last game here against Cincinnati. That's Fan Appreciation Day. So I'm not quite sure what that is going to entail, but that'll be the last game here for this season. And as we all know, that last game here for this season could very well be the last game here. If you're interested in who's playing on those bobblehead doll days, on Rusty Staub Day, on the 16th of June, it's Toronto. On the 28th of, on the 23rd of June, it's Cleveland. And of course, on the 21st of June, our good friend Sid Calci from Essex, New York, the former artist for Richie Rich and Little Dot and Little Lulu, not Little Lulu, Little Lotta, will be here, and he'll be throwing out the first ball on of that Cleveland Indians series. Sid Calci, a longtime Indians fan, and he'll be here on the 21st to throw out that first ball. And on the 23rd, it's Steve Rogers bobblehead doll day. On the 14th of July, it's Atlanta, so it should be a good crowd there. You're going to have to get here early, and that's Tim Raines Day. On the 28th of July, it's the Florida Marlins. And of course, the Florida Marlins is a team that's now owned by Jeff Loria, the former owner of the Expos, and a man who is probably not too well liked among Expo fans. On the 4th of August, the 20th of July, they had featured, we'll just back up a bit, Andre Dawson, because Andre Dawson was working for the Florida Marlins. But one of the first things that Loria did was he fired Andre Dawson and another former ball player whose name I can't recall at the moment, but Loria did fire Andre Dawson from the Florida Marlins. So who knows, if Loria's in the stands, maybe Dawson will miss the catcher and throw one toward Jeff Loria. That would, I'm sure, get the Expo fans excited. On the 4th, when it's Gary Carter bobblehead doll day, and 4th day of August, the Houston Astros are here. And the last bobblehead doll day, August 18th, Vladimir Guerrero bobblehead doll day will be the San Diego Padres. So there's some things to look forward to. If you want to catch the Expos, I'm surprised how often I mention it to people and they're not aware of it. The Expos are on the radio, and they're on AM 990. So if you want to catch the Expos, all their games are on the radio. You can't get them on TV, but you can certainly get them on the radio on AM 990. The big news tonight, of course, is that a fellow named Barry Bonds will be in the batting order. Barry Bonds batting third tonight, having a phenomenal season, following up his record-breaking 73 home run season last year. He's hitting .364. He has 11 home runs and about 77 at-bats, I believe. So he's right on about the pace where he was last year, a home run every 6 or 7 at-bats. He's got 20 runs batted in, but he's walked 45 times, 15 of those intentional. He's been hit by 5 pitches. So his on-base percentage is .614, which is phenomenal, just unbelievable. 614 on-base percentage. Slugging percentage is a .857, which is pretty much in line with what he did last year. So he's right in the middle of another fine season. Of course, the 11 home runs is behind last year's pace, but he hasn't been getting the at-bats. 45 walks already this season, and that's after 33 games. So if you multiply 33 by 5, you end up with 155 games. The season's 162 games. So if you multiply 45 walks, it would be a record-shattering 225 walks. So he's showing a lot of patience up at the plate, and he's playing some smart baseball. And he does seem to be trying to change his image and be more fan-friendly and more media-friendly. And we're hoping to get a glimpse of that today. On the Expos side, they won it last night on a base hit from Vladimir Guerrero. He's batting third in the lineup. He's got 10 homers and 34 runs batted in, hitting at .336. Batting cleanup tonight is a fellow they just brought up from the minor leagues, Troy O'Leary. But O'Leary, a major league veteran, is hitting .337 down at Ottawa. So he's coming up, hopefully to add a little punch to the lineup. They sent Henry Rodriguez down. Peter Bergeron has been sent down. The Expos have been trying to shake up their lineup to get some more offense. Lee Stevens is back in the lineup tonight, but he's been in the slump. Michael Barrett, who is hitting at .359, which is pretty good, but he was hitting 100 points higher than that. So he's been going downhill, but he's still hitting respectable, very respectable .359 for the season. So he's batting 8th tonight. And a pitcher tonight would be Javier Vasquez for the Expos. So a very fine pitcher going for the Expos. Livan Hernandez is pitching for the San Francisco Giants, and Expo fans are hoping that the Expos can get back on a winning streak here tonight. So we're going to take maybe a shot or two of Barry Bonds, and probably get back to you when they throw out the first ball. Bonds patiently awaiting his turn at the batting cage. And now he steps in. Lefty hitter. First pitch to him is a souvenir for a fan high into the right field bleachers. And he sends another souvenir out there. They're going to get hurt because those balls are flying. There's another souvenir. This time it's going to be in center field. No one's going to get to that. There's no fans in that area. Oh, doesn't quite get out of the park either. Off the wall to the left center. This one looks playable. So it's certainly not a routine pop-up. I'd imagine the fans in right field would wish that Mons might take a few extra swings. He seems to be hitting them out to them on a regular basis. A small gathering of fans are hopeful, but looks like Barry went right back into the dugout. Sometimes they come out and sign later, but he's going to head right for the clubhouse. No autographs today, kids. No autographs today for the fans. Looks like is disappointing a few of the faithful here at Olympic Stadium.
Second baseman number 3, Jose Miguel. Le troisième frappeur, batting third, the condition de the numéro 27. Right fielder number 27, Lenny Miguel.
Sleep, took a nap, so it's like 4 o'clock here. I don't know why.
Okay.
have moved up now to the visitors' press box where the play-by-play will be taking place in tonight's game. This is where all the visiting teams find themselves when they come here, all the visiting play-by-play announcers, radio men. And we're going to impose on Tom Cheek to probably pick up a little bit on the story before we get into what happens up here. We're going to pick up a little bit on the story on how he went from Vermont